So today we have another packed day. It's a bright sunny day outside. We'll be starting our day by visiting Sek Mall, which is the school run by Sonam Wangchu. And then after that we'll be going to Chilling Metalworks to see the place from where Chadar trek starts. The focus of today is how can you travel sustainably. Jule, welcome to Travel See Right channel. I am Archana Singh and I am right now in Ladakh. Good morning guys. Today is the 4th day of our stay in Ladakh. We have had wonderful trips so far. Yesterday was a very productive day. We started the day early morning at 7 a.m. by attending the prayers at Thiksey Monastery. We had heart-to-heart conversation with the monks there as well as the nuns in the nearby Thiksey Nunnery. After that, we had a quick bite and then we went to Stoke Palace where we were delighted to have an artisanal meal specially curated by Artisanal Alchemy at the Stoke Palace. So what are we waiting for? Let's go and explore the day. Our day started with a visit to Sek Mall campus near Leh. You must have heard about Sonam Wangchu in the movie Three Idiots. But have you ever been to his campus? A campus where he does real life experiments and he solves the problem of real life. So I'm right now standing at his campus, Sek Mall. Unfortunately, because of COVID, they are closed for visitors, because of which we are not allowed inside to interact with the kids or the people out there. Usually they give you a tour, but there's one thing which I would want to tell you is before you come here, make sure you have taken an appointment. You have to write to them. They are not open until May. And after May, maybe they will decide whether they're going to open it for tourists or not. They're doing a lot of interesting stuff here. For example, they have this foundation course for the students who are not able to clear 10th exam. So, it's kind of the future is closed for them if you're not clearing your 10th class. So there is a internship, volunteership kind of a program which they run. So this year they couldn't do that as well. Hopefully it will start for next year. So if by May they let guests in, please make sure to come here and see how he's trying to solve today's problem by his some real life examples and solutions. Like they have solar panels installed everywhere and they are creating new projects. We then moved ahead to Chilling, the place from where the famous Zanskar trek begins. Temperatures are rising, glaciers are melting, snow and ice is nowhere to be seen. Global warming is a reality and it is a far bitter reality for the people of Himalayas. The place where I'm standing today, which is called Chadar, this is the Zanskar river, which freezes in winters, which used to be there for 3 months. This year, the trek was cut short for less than a month. Today, I am coming to you to bring to your light that this is high time we start focusing on climate change. And I have locals from the region who will tell us how this entire region is facing problems because of global warming. And in fact, I felt that in Leh town also the temperatures were not as cold as when I had come 5-6 years back. I believe the temperatures have risen in winters also.
Definitely yes. Earlier the recorded as kid I myself have seen minus 34, 35. And this year the lowest temperature I guess was minus 17 or 18. So that tells us the severeness of this issue. So unless and until we don't take it seriously and walk towards preserving the environment, it has become a really big threat for us.
What do you think? What can we do to stop this climate change? It's a very big issue. Obviously, it has to be done at a global level. But what can we do at an individual level?
At an individual level, like, the entire community, I would say, like, especially the tourism industry, who of Ladakh, have to take it very seriously, unless and until we don't take some concrete and bold decisions right now, then I think that the tourism industry is not going to survive for long. For sure, like, then it will be a time, like, that we won't be able to do anything. So I think that we'll have to regulate tourism in a sense, like, the number of people coming in here. Somehow we cannot stop them coming in completely, but somehow, like, on a Bhutan model of tourism, that's what I've been I feel is very suitable for Ladakh, wherein you can regulate the number of focus on quality rather than volume, so it will be a big win-win for everyone.
Also, I believe that the bulk of tourism that comes in Ladakh, that comes during the summer months, the few months from July, August, September. So do you think spreading the tourism around the year would be a good idea?
Yeah, definitely yes. Ladakh honestly does not need promotion in terms of tourism. What we really need is, like, repackaging, rebranding, and create, like, experiential products. Disperse the tourism disperse the tourists from the main centers, which has become now, like, Leh, Nubra, Pangong, to various regions, and create, like, show the actual beauty of Ladakh, the actual Ladakh which lives in the rural areas. Create experiences, create homestays, and also see Ladakh, has abundance of natural resources in terms of nature. So there's no doubt of sun is one, and which is we have got, like, 360, almost 360 days of sunlight. So the solar energy, I think, is not tapped up to its it's up to its potential. So if you do it rightly, then I think we can solve many of our problems. Also in terms of garbage, I think during the peak season, summer season, when the maximum number of tourists visit Ladakh, Leh generates almost 64 tons of garbage, which is, like, really huge number for such a small population. And if you go by the data, in early 90s, I think there were almost 80 registered hotels and guest houses in entire Leh town, and today I think there are more than 800 hotels and guest houses. So this tells us the boom that occurred, especially after a couple of popular Bollywood films are shot here.
Right.
So the strategy, I think we need to revisit, revise, and then disperse it. Focus more on quality. Regulate. So that we can sustain the tourism.
I was looking for solutions on how we can control this damage done by unregulated tourism. So we decided to visit an organization that is not only providing employment to differently abled people, but is also playing a part in solving Ladakh's waste problem by creating craft from the waste.
So this is Pagir. Pagir means People's Action Group for Inclusion and Rights. So this is the organization I was telling you about, which works apart from other things, and also majorly into recycling of waste.
काम है हमारा जम्मू फुस्कप करके, तो उसमें हम ज़्यादातर रीयूज़ रिसाइकल जो गार्बेज है वो सब यहाँ लाके दोबारा हम रीयूज़ करने की कोशिश करते हैं। तो सब यहाँ पे अपना अलग को उसमें कम करते हैं, जैसे टेलरिंग या पेपर का अलग। हम टेलर वेस्ट तो टेलरिंग से लाते हैं यहाँ पे, और यहाँ पे कई इंडिविजुअल भी यहाँ पे लाते हैं, जैसे कपड़े, पुराने कपड़े हुए या जैसे जो पेपर्स है स्कूल से मिलते हैं या इंडिविजुअल भी देते हैं, एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन भी कई ऑफिस से यहाँ पे देते हैं।
If you are interested to know how we can travel sustainably, don't forget to watch my video, Is Ladakh Loved to Death? In the next episode, I will take you to the Aryan Valley, where the real descendants of Alexander the Great still lives. If you liked the video, please hit the like button, share it with your friends and families, and don't forget to subscribe to TSW channel.